So here's my breakfast. No, I'm just kidding. This is the dog's food. So you guys always ask what's in it. Basically potatoes, rice, or sweet potatoes, rice, a type of bean. So we have like white bean. Then I put carrots in there, and then I blend all that up after I cook it. There's fruit in here like berries, mango, flax seeds. Put some coconut flakes in there. And it's a little bit different every time that we make it, but just cook it all up in the Instant Pot and good to go. So we got home last night from San Diego and we were just exhausted from driving for 6 or 7 hours. So basically just made some food and went to bed. Today though is day 21, guys. 3 weeks that we've been doing this. And I've only screwed up once, so I feel pretty good about that. And it wasn't even like, well, it was my fault, but it wasn't like I tried to screw up, you know, and it was just rice, so who cares? Anyways, we're gonna keep going till 30 days. I think I'm actually gonna end up doing, today's day 21. When do you leave? 12 days, so I'm gonna end up actually doing like 33 days on the potato cleanse. So I'll end up making up for my mess up in San Diego. And then I'll do like the final weight update and the final like before and after pictures and all of that kind of stuff. So we're gonna go a little bit longer. Actually it might be 32 days. It's either gonna be 32 or 33 days, but I'm not stopping like exactly at day 30 because I'm stopping the day before Derek leaves because we're gonna go out and like have a nice dinner and yeah. I was thinking about doing another 30 days, but I just feel like what I'll end up probably doing is just eating lots of potato days every week and then probably having some other meals in there, but I'm guessing like the majority of my food is still gonna be potatoes. I do miss like oatmeal and rice and things like that, so I don't want to just keep going just for the sake of going. Like I do feel like I want to stop at some point. And I think 32 days is like a good mark for me to stop and just incorporate more foods, and then you guys can see if I actually end up gaining weight back or anything like that. But today I weighed myself, I was 132, so I did lose a pound after being immobile pretty much for 3 days on the road and eating rice one day. And I lost ½ an inch around my waist, so that is good. I really didn't think that I was gonna lose any weight, but I did. And yeah, everything's going fine. I am just eating the same amounts of food every day, eating as much as I want. I'm not getting bored with the food, but like part of me just wants to try new recipes and things like that. So like yesterday I made the red potato stew and I'm gonna probably have that for dinner tonight. This morning for breakfast, I'm just gonna have some sweet potatoes with maple syrup because I didn't have that at all on our trip and I really missed it. But that's all that I have to report so far. Today it's gonna be 86 degrees here in Tucson, so we're probably gonna hang out at the pool for a big part of today. Probably not gonna be doing much cycling. I had to go bring the rental car back, so I got a little workout there. The thing actually died in our parking lot, so I just had to bike there to pay and stuff, which wasn't very far. But it's just sitting out here immobile because it doesn't work. If anybody has a Hyundai Elantra, a newer one, you probably know what I'm talking about. The starter like just would not turn over, and it actually happened to us in El Cajon as well, and thank God we got it to start there and it didn't end up being stranded in California because that would have been bad. But yeah, today's gonna be fun. Bubba still pooped from the big road trip, aren't you? But you're happy, huh? You're a happy guy. You're so cute. Here's my gigantic potato stash that I got. Some of these are organic, some aren't. But Hannah sweet potatoes, Japanese sweet potatoes, we got russet potatoes. These aren't organic. And either are actually these are organic. These are just yellow potatoes. And then I have a couple of these sweet potatoes that aren't organic either. But I try to buy organic as much as I can. But sometimes you just can't, and it's very cheap if you don't buy organic. Like you can get russets here for 60 cents a pound, so very cheap cleanse. Sweet potatoes with maple syrup. Bye Bubba, we're going to the pool. I'm gonna miss you. Joey, you gotta stay here, okay? Guard the house for me.
You're man on the road, you're doing promo. You said keep our business on the low, low. I'm just trying to get you out the friend zone. 'Cause you look even better than the photos.
So for dinner, I'm just gonna have some more of this potato chili. Because it's way too hot to like cook anything in the apartment. So while we were on vacation, the doctor's show emailed me like 3 or 4 times because apparently they really want me on the show. Initially, like, I thought that they wanted to talk about the potato cleanse, and I was just like, I don't want to be sitting in the audience because we saw what they did to Happy Healthy Vegan, where I'm like, I don't want to be sitting in the audience while they're ridiculing like this cleanse that I'm on, you know, as this crazy diet or something like that. But Andrew and Dr. McDougall are actually going on there this week, I think, to talk about the potato cleanse. The producer that I'm talking to, she actually wants us to go on stage and talk about veganism and plant-based weight loss because she saw my Daily Mail article and she's like, I think that it would be a really great opportunity for you to come be on the doctors and talk about plant-based weight loss and all that kind of stuff. Which initially I'm like, I am not going on stage by myself, like on a live TV show. It's not happening. She's like, would you come if your husband was with you? And I was like, yeah, probably. But they don't want to talk about the potato cleanse. They just want to talk about my weight loss story, which I think is fine. Like, I think just the story alone would turn a lot of people on to veganism. So I'm willing to go on there and talk about my like 60-pound weight loss if they're gonna like show, you know, obviously all that. So she's like, well, we will record, you know, your backstory on this day and then we'll do the show on this day. And I was like, okay, so we're probably gonna end up going on the doctors.
We'll have to study up on some of our plant-based vegan facts and shit like that.
Yeah,
so we can
just to have them in our arsenal. So that is happening. What's happening with the tiny house, Derek?
What's happening with the tiny house? Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna get the one in San Diego because we just were like, you know what? There's too many things that we would have wanted to eventually change with it. Plus the land that it was on, the landowners were not too kind of like
keen on us.
Yeah, they were kind of like unsure. Like the wife was kind of like, no, not happening because you guys have dogs.
Husband was very into it.
Husband loves the tiny house thing. And then by the end of it, she was kind of like, all right, well, we'll give it a try. And it's like, well,
we don't have...
Yeah, we don't want to put $30,000 on something as a trial run.
It literally would have been the same amount of money to live there as it is to live here. And it's like, we're just moving to San Diego just to move there. But if we want to save money to buy land, we might as well just stay here and build our own and then save money to buy land.
And then we can build it exactly how we want it and how we envision it. It'll be of much higher quality. And
so the vlog channel is now going to turn into the channel that we originally wanted it to be. That's why we called it Life Inside a Box, because we wanted to build shipping container house, but now we're going to be building an on a trailer tiny house like the one that you guys saw, basically laid out the same exact way, which is what we initially wanted to do when we first met and started talking. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to actually live in Santa Rosa, California and build this trailer home and live in there. And now we're doing it, but we're just gonna live in San Diego or like El Cajon or something like that.
Yeah. The reasons why we wanted to get away from the tiny house on wheels was because of the size. But after actually staying in that tiny house, even for just one night, like it actually felt more spacious than our apartment.
And it's 200 square feet smaller because of the way that it's laid out. It has separate areas and it was really cool and we loved it. And I wish we could have bought it. I wish we could have helped Danielle out, but it makes more sense because it's such a personal thing. Like, it makes more sense to build it ourselves. Derek is jacked about building it. I'm like, have a freaking heyday. Like, I will be there rooting you on and painting, but I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna help much. I'll film it.
Like, this is the type of shit that I love to do, is like building stuff, do it yourself type of stuff. It's like the stuff that I just really enjoy and love to do. And that's one reason why we've wanted to kind of build our own house, is because like that's something I really love to do. Hannah just, she will...
I like that kind of stuff. I'm just not good at it. I'm too ADD. Like, I'll start something and then I'll be like, oh. Well,
she'll definitely help out a lot though. It's not gonna all be me, but she'll be helping out.
I'll help design it and pick stuff to go in it.
Yeah.
And say yay or nay.
Exactly. Cool.
Anyways, my camera's gonna die, but we will see you guys tomorrow.
They're red, they're white, they're brown. They get that way underground. There can't be much to do. So now they have blue ones too. We don't care what they look like, we'll eat them any way they can fit on our plate. Every way we can conjure to heat them. We're delighted and think they're just great. Potato, potato.